as yesterday, sorry, last time, the same issue repeated. Sincere apologies for that, online and offline. I think exam started, so that Vola Rapido is not booking properly. Okay, anyway, coming to the today's discussion, Eureka setup and dashboard view. Few of members selected, I think, for written exam, huh? Screening. How many of you selected? Okay, they are not come. Huh? Microservices. Chodam. No, don't worry. Okay. Might be you can increase your system volume, I think. Okay, right. So come to the in the Spring Boot, you know this one, the Spring Boot, parent starters. Parent starters like what? There is a data JPA, data JPA. These are all right. So if we go pom.xml, any project, how many parent tags are there? Have you developed that Spring Boot based application? Okay, how many parents are there here? Only one parent. Yes or no? Right? Only one parent. There is nothing here. Okay. So this file is representing what? Pom.xml, right? To link. But let me continue. Later on, I will give the clarity. But we can link multiple parents by using BOM, that is bill of materials. Bill of materials. Okay. Bill of materials, that is BOM, with the help of what? How we are going to do that? With the help of what? There is a tag called what? Dependency management. This is the tag. If we want to link the multiple parents, then you can use the tag called what? Dependency management. Clear? But finally, we are creating only one parent project. But you are giving the link with the help of what? Dependency management. Online. Are you okay? Is it clear my voice, guys? Okay. Right. That is what the question. So that is what? That is called as what? Parent also. That is called as parent POM. Okay. Right. Okay. I want to add second parent. How you are going to add? If you want to add second parent, then is it supporting Maven? No, right? Yeah. Let me give the clarity here. Then Marvin does not support, right? Does not support, does not support, does not support. Then second parent can be added by using what? By using a tag called, what is the tag called? Can you tell me, guys? What is that? Dependency management. That is called as, what? Bill of bill of what? Materials. What is this, sir? This is what? That is collection. Just I'm writing dependencies. Behaves like what? Like a parent. Like what? Parent. I hope you got the clarity. Clara, online and offline, both of you. Is it clear, guys? Guys, can you confirm online? Okay, I hope you are following. Right. Okay. So we are discussing POM and BOM. POM is what? Project Object Model. BOM stands for Bill of Materials. But the POM always supporting what? Only one parent project. But if you want to create the more than one parent, you need to add the tag called what? Dependency what? Dependency management. That is the, what do you mean by BOM? That is what? That is bill of material, like what? Here, collection of dependencies. Going forward, we are also going to use this tag. Don't worry. Okay? Right. Just one time here I'm highlighting. Okay, second time I'm not. Okay, here. Clear? Again, one more question I want to give as point of view interview. Okay, what is the difference between spring hyphen, boot hyphen, starter hyphen, parent, and spring hyphen, cloud hyphen, dependencies hyphen, parent? What is the difference exactly? Okay, these are looks like nearby same, but there is a variation between these two. Okay, here the first one is what? Spring hyphen, boot hyphen, start hyphen, parent. The second one is what? Spring hyphen, cloud hyphen, dependencies hyphen, the parent. That is, see, if you want to write the basic data JPA, WebMEC, or RESTful, or some email, the related, you should use what? The spring hyphen, boot hyphen, starter hyphen, what? Parent starter you have to use. Okay, let me give the answer for you. Don't confuse. See, to write the basic operations, like what? Data JPA. Are you following? Clear, guys? Offline. Okay, online. Are you following here? Okay, thank you. Right. The basic operations here, like data JPA, and WebMVC, comma, even rest, comma, email. Okay, okay. Then we are collecting the dependencies from where? The dependencies from where? org dot spring framework dot boot, okay, are given by whom? The given by spring hyphen boot hyphen starter hyphen parent. I hope you got the clarity. When you are using the spring hyphen boot hyphen starter hyphen parent, clear, guys? Next one, but also, very important. But also, um, mm, mm, mm. but let me write this way. But this time we are using the concepts. We are using concepts like what? Eureka server, config server, Joule API, Joule API gateway. Okay, Joule API gateway, These are different. Yeah, sorry. Okay, Joule API gateway. Okay, then and etc. Then we are using the dependencies, that is org dot spring framework dot cloud are given by spring hyphen cloud hyphen dependencies hyphen parent. Clear? Just for what? Like either Eureka server, config server, or Joule, or API gateway, or anything, those dependencies you are collecting from where? org.springframework.cloud. Okay, that is what. Okay, when you are going for the spring hyphen boot hyphen starter hyphen parent, when you are going for the spring hyphen cloud hyphen dependencies hyphen parent, I given the clarity. Guys, clear? Spring hyphen boot hyphen starter hyphen parent just for what? The basic operations like data, JPA, WebMVC, REST, something. Okay, maybe if you want to do this, some Eureka server, some config server, some API gateway or something, then we should use what? Spring hyphen cloud hyphen dependencies hyphen parent. Okay, right. You have to follow or you have to understand. Clear up? Okay. Next question I want to give. What is the difference between what is the difference? What is the difference between Tomcat server and Eureka server? Okay, something if you found or if you are introduced a new thing, then you are calling like what? Hey, Eureka, right? Just like that. Okay, here the Eureka, you might be aware of about the Tomcat, right? Right? Okay. Then Eureka is used only for what? Microservices. Tomcat just for what? Web applications. Clear? Okay. Eureka server is used only for microservices. Microservices design. Microservices design. And used to store. And used to store details of what? Microservices. Microservices. Microservice. Details of what? Microservices. Service ID. Service ID. You might be aware of, right? Service ID and instance ID. Service ID, instance ID. Okay. Service ID and instance ID. Okay. And etc. Okay. Coming to the Tomcat server, you might be aware of, right? The Tomcat is what? Tomcat is a web server. Tomcat is what? Web server. This is used for what? This is used to run our what? Web application. Clear? To run what? Our web application. You might be aware of about what? The Tomcat. Okay. Right. One more. What? See, Tomcat is the server. It is running one port number. By default, port number is what? 8080. Online, are you okay? 8080. Right? But here, Eureka is also server now. It is also required one port number. Right? Okay. 1 minute. Okay. Right. I'm coming back. So, Tomcat is a server. It should be required port number while running that server. Yes or no? Similarly, the Eureka also is a server. And if you want to start, the port number is what? Required. Yes or no? Right. So that's why. What is the default port number for the Eureka server? The question and answer. Anyone know? What is the recommended? What is the recommended port number? Port number for what? Eureka server. Online? Offline, there is no chance to Google it. There is a chance for offline. Sorry, online. Okay, don't worry. The default port number, the default port number is what? 8761. You so late here. No. 8761, not 8081. Okay. Default port number is what? 8761. Even we can change as Tomcat server port number. Are you able to change the Tomcat port number? Yes? No? No, na? Tomcat port number change cheyalama. Cheyచ్చు కదా. Otherwise there is a like clashes, right? Okay, na? Right. So the default port number of Eureka server is what? 876. Reverse 678 876. Add 1. Easy for you. Okay, in reverse engineering. Okay, na? Right. See, in our either application.properties file or either in the application.yml file, any file, the Eureka related 2 entries we should add them. Why and where and how. I will give the clarity. Why should? I am giving the question and answer. Answer always questions and answer. Yes, these are important things. You should be aware of it. Why should we write what? Eureka dot client dot register hyphen with hyphen Eureka equal to false. And again, Eureka dot client dot fetch hyphen registry. Registry, right? Fetch hyphen registry equal to false. Why should write Eureka dot client dot register with Eureka? That value is false. And Eureka dot client dot fetch registry. This is what? Register with Eureka, fetch hyphen register. Registry equal to false. Then why? Why should write? In Eureka server, what is the necessity? Why you are going to write them? Okay, the answer is see, all microservices here, for all microservices, the common parent is what? Is Spring Cloud parent. See, microservices is a theory. Microservices is a theory. The programming or structural design, we have to use what? Spring Cloud. Okay, na? Spring Cloud. Okay, here for all microservices or for all microservices, the common parent project is what? Spring Cloud. Okay, for every microservices must be registered with what? Eureka server. See, there is a microservices here. Simple. All are should be what? Registered with what? One server. Getting my point? That is what? Eureka server. See, all web applications where you are going to deploy in the Tomcat, there is a multiple servers also there. Tomcat, JBoss, JRun, Jetty, Resin, WebLogic, WebSphere. There is a multiple servers are there. Okay, I'm taking one server like a Tomcat. I want to execute my web application. Where I'm going to deploy? I have to deploy in what? One server like a Tomcat server. Like in the web application place, there is a microservices where you are going to config them in the Eureka server. Getting my point? So that's what. So why should these 2 entries? Why you required? That is what? I want to write. Okay, first let me give the point by point for your more clarity. The answer number one, remember, might be the interviewer may be asked. Okay, see, for all microservices, for all microservices, the common parent is what? Spring Cloud. Spring Cloud parent. For all microservices. Okay. The second point. See, wherever you have the doubt, please ask me online and offline. Okay. Because the basics are basics here. If you maybe miss something in the basic level, you cannot understand the next level. Clear? I will give the clarity. Okay. Then what? For all microservices, common parent is what? Spring Cloud parent. We already discussed this one where there is Spring Cloud dependencies, right? Okay. So number two is what? Every microservice must be registered must be registered with what? Eureka server. See, in the web application point of view, must be deployed. Here must be registered. Okay, now, right. Just for your understanding, what I'm telling. Okay, right. Number three, to do register logic and keys are existed in Spring Cloud parent with default values are what? True. The default values are what? True. But you are writing what? Like false. We are writing what? False only. By default, its value is what? True. It means it can be registered. It can be registered by default, but unnecessarily the memory is wasted. That's why we are writing what? False. But the default value is what? True. Just I highlighted. Next one. But Eureka server cannot registered with itself. Why? Let me give the clarity. Memory is what? Waste. It cannot be registered itself because of what? The memory wasting or memory wasted. So that is the reason we are writing what? Like what? False. And even Eureka cannot fetch register, cannot be fetch register with itself. So recommended to write as given below. How we are going to write here? These two entries with what? false. You should be right what? Like. Okay, now, right? Almost you got the clarity. Clear? Shall we develop the one application? Simple. Simple. Okay? Right. Online. So far, are you clear here? Online. Is it clear? Okay. Thank you. Right. Let me develop one application for you. I am going to create one one application. See, as a Spring Boot. Okay, na? As a Spring Boot. File yaro, new yaro, Spring Starter project yaro. Okay. Congratulations. ఎంతమంది సెలెక్ట్ అయింది మన దాంట్లో అది ఓకే 10 మంది సెలెక్ట్ అయ్యారా ఓకే ఫ్రమ్ జావా ఓ ఓ గుడ్ గుడ్ ఓకే ఇవి కూడా కేక సరే ఆల్ ది బెస్ట్ మీరు కూడా ఓ ఉండాలి జనాలు గట్టిగానే ఓకే ఆల్ ది బెస్ట్ గైస్ ఓకే ద రిమైనింగ్ పీపుల్ ఆల్సో యూ షుడ్ బి come like that. Okay, that position. Okay, right. What is that? The project is what? Spring Cloud. Spring Cloud Eureka server. అమ్మాయిలు ఎవరు సెలెక్ట్ అవ్వలేదా మీ బ్యాచ్ లేదా ఎవరు లేరా తెలియదా అచ్చా 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 ఓకే రైట్ Spring Cloud Eureka server. Okay, right. Arrow next. The dependencies, please remember that the dependencies as of now Eureka server. Eureka server. Okay, then only Eureka server next and finish. It is indexing. You can wait for some time. Guys, online is anyone selected for screening round, which is maintained by Naresh IT? Is anyone selected? Offline students are selected here. Last time selected, sir. Okay. Now I'm talking about. Okay. Right, coming to here. Go for the main application. You can annotate it with what? At the rate enable Eureka server. Control Shift O. Okay. Then that is what we need to add one annotation, that is enable Eureka server. I am going to write one port number, that is server dot port, server dot port. That is, what is the default port number? 8761. Okay, right. And we need to add the two entries, right? What are those? What are those entries? Eureka, Eureka dot client dot what? Register, register with what? Eureka. Value is what? False. Again, Eureka dot client dot fetch hyphen registry. Here also what? False. Okay. Then you can run the application. Sir, this much easier. Right? I am not writing anything extra. Just one annotation. In the properties file, so that port number and Eureka don't register by yourself by default because of memory wasted. That's why I am writing what? As false. Okay, let me run my application. Run as Spring Boot application. Okay, updating that port number, running 8761. Okay, let me go for the browser. Let me go for the browser. What? HTTP colon localhost colon 8761. This is what the Eureka server. Clear? See, just we started that server, we see that the system status environment is what? Testing. Data center default. What are these details? Replicas. We are not writing anything. It won't be show. What is the host here? Local host. And that instance is currently registered with Eureka. Is there any instance registered with Eureka? No, no. Right. That is, no instances are what? Available. Just general information. Total available memory and number of CPUs. Right? Like this. Okay. Some IP address, some status and all. Okay. It is showing what is the current date and time. Uptime. Lease expiration enabled. Renews threshold. Renews last minute. We can discuss later all these stuff. This is what Spring Eureka. Clear? Online? Are you okay? Online. This is what the Eureka server are. Just let me recap again. What you did, just we added what? One annotation. Running evict task, okay, compensation completed something, port number 8761, renews threshold, changing that that status up, started Eureka server, right? Started Eureka server. Like what? Some activator. Activator is like what? It is always giving some details. Yeah, total available memory, like CPUs, how many CPUs, like memory usage, server uptime, registered replicas, unavailable replicas, available replicas, all these details. It is like what? what is that? You called actuator. Clear, guys? Any doubts so far? Online, are you okay? Are you okay, na, guys? Okay. I'm stopping. Right. Keep this editing. Intra communication. The concept called what? Intra communication. Intra communication. Communication in microservices. Intra communication. See, simple. If you want to communicate one microservices to another microservice is called as what? Intra communication. Okay, na? Right. Let me give the clarity. Intra communication. If one microservice wants to communicate with microservice another microservice for what purpose? To fetch or send data. Send what? Data. Okay. By using Eureka server, then then it is called as intra communication. It is called as what? Intra communication. Intra communication. See, at least one microservice is called from front end application via what? API gateway. API gateway is what? Mediator. Okay. Or it is a single entry and exit point. Okay. We can discuss later all these design patterns. Okay. API gateway. Then what? Then the current microservices may need help of other microservices is called as what? Intra communication. Is called as what? Intra communication. Let me go again. See, at least, at least, at least one microservice is called from front end, from front end application via API gateway, via API gateway. Then what? Then the current microservice, the current microservice need help of other microservice, other microservice, other microservice that is called as, or else let me write here. That is called as intra communication. That is called as what? Intra communication. I hope you got the clarity about the intra communication, at least some minimum knowledge. Clear? Right. Intra communication. Okay, intra communication. So there is some clients here. There is some clients. Let me give some client names. Clients. There is a different clients are there. Number one, discovery client. I will explain later what each and every client. Discovery client. This discovery client is what? Legacy. Legacy means what? Outdated. Then we are using load balancer client. Load balancer client. The third one is what? Fian client. Fian client. So this is important. I am writing star. Okay. Note. See, if one microservices want to communicate with what microservices do, then the microservices what needs what? Microservice to URL. URL. In the URL, always what? Authentication, or maybe that URL is always what? That is what? That fixed. That is, by using the REST controller and there is a method level, we are using some that URL. I will explain in the programming level. Okay, right. And the microservices 1 and microservices 2. Microservices 1 and microservices 2 URI, that is its IP and its port. Okay, these are the required details. Even that microservices can get what? Can get what? This URI from the service instance, which exists in what? Eureka. Eureka. You have to use what? Discovery client. Okay, then might be you can able to develop or you can able to perform the intra communication between one microservices to another microservice. Okay, let me develop the one application for you. Later on, you can discuss about the few points. Okay, what we discussed so far. Let me stop it. Okay. I think in the last time somewhere you are developed producer and consumer applications, right? Some concept. Okay. Now I want to develop like that. So first of all, I want to develop the one application for Eureka server. I want to develop the one application for producer application. I want to develop the one application for consumer application. Okay, right. Different. File Yarrow, new Yarrow, Spring Starter project Yarrow. I am going to performing intra communication. Clear? Okay. So here I am going to write Spring Cloud, Eureka server is already there. Eureka server, Spring Cloud Eureka server app. Okay, same. Next, and I'm going to take some dependencies for this application. That is only Eureka server. Application development. One application is what? Eureka server. Okay, na? For this Eureka server, dependencies are what? Just you can write what? Eureka server only. Clear? For Eureka server application, the dependencies are what? Just like what? Eureka server only. Coming to the application. I'm not adding any extra. Next and finish. Eureka server application. Eureka server application. Online. Are you with us? Okay. Now, this is the client, the main class application, right? And you can, first of all, you can go for the server application, properties file. First of all, you can write the port number, server dot port number. What is the port number here? 8761. Next one, next property is what? Eureka, 2 entries. Eureka Eureka dot, right? Eureka dot client dot register with what? Eureka. The default values are what? False. Sorry, default is the true, but we are not going to allocate the memory for this. That's why you are making as what? False. Eureka dot client fetch registry, right? Fetch registry. Then this value is what? False. Eureka dot client dot fetch hyphen registry. Why you are getting error? No error, right? Okay, might be. Right, all are okay. Now, in the main application, you are going to add something, right? What is that? In the main application, you have to write what? One annotation. That annotation name called what? At the rate enable Eureka server. Enable Eureka server. So now the server application is what? Over. Ante. Close it. Close it. Now I want to create producer application. File arrow, new arrow, Spring Starter project. So here I am going to give what? The producer application here. Spring Cloud. Spring Cloud what? That is producer application better. Okay, producer application. Spring Cloud producer. Okay, there is, if any maybe spell mistake also, no problem. That is the project name, right? Okay, what are the dependencies are required? Yeah, coming to here, the second one, we are developing what? Producer application. Producer application. Okay, the dependencies are what? Dependencies are what? So let me add that dependencies. Eureka Discovery Client 1, and the second one is Spring Web. That is fine. Eureka dependencies. What is that? Eureka Discovery Client. Eureka Discovery Client and what? Spring Web. Okay, right. That's all about it. These two dependencies I am taking. Okay, then are next and finish it. So in the Spring Cloud Producer application, producer application. So going for the main class, the main class you should annotate it with what? What is that? At the rate enable Eureka, enable Eureka. What is that? At the rate enable. Why it is not coming? Eureka client. I think there is it is outdated one. So that is changed to enable discovery client. That is one thing. And coming to the, are you following first of all? నా పాటికి నేను చేసేసుకుంటున్నానా లేదుగా అర్థం అవుతుందా మీకు అర్థమవుతుందని వెళ్తున్నా ఆర్ యూ ఓకే ఆఫ్లైన్ ఆన్లైన్ ఆర్ యూ ఓకే గైస్ ఆర్ యూ ఫాలోయింగ్ హలో ఆన్లైన్ no one responding, I mean no one following. Guys, are you there? Are you following? Okay. Why sir you took much time to confirm? Okay, come on. This is what the main application. Go for the application.properties file. Here I need to add something. That port number, server dot port number. Eureka port number or some other port number? Not Eureka port number. That is already gone. Okay, this is what my personal my application. So that is maybe 9696. No problem. Server dot port number. Then what? You can write same entries, whatever you are written here, but I don't want to use them. Are you okay? You want to develop tomorrow? You are not active here. Online, are you okay? You want to develop tomorrow? Hello. Oh, it means you are not following, Priyanka. You are hurt me. I am seriously developing the application, but your statement like tomorrow, sir. What about your offline? Today or tomorrow? Today. What about? It takes some time. Maybe because consumer applications also have to develop. It's take maybe 15 minutes minimum. If you are okay, I will continue. Tomorrow? Jai Telangana. What about others? Okay, I think few of the students also. Okay, Priyanka, I understood. See guys, few of the students, they went to other round. Screen. Placement batch, yeah. Some of the people might be missing the class, okay. Tomorrow, okay. Shall we continue tomorrow? But theory part is over for intra-communication. We can develop the application tomorrow. Okay. Okay, na guys. We will connect tomorrow. Sorry for the late year. My Rapidos is not booking, so that is the problem actually.